everyone. This is Cheryl with Clientele. This is Facebook Live. It's Tuesday night. It's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's 8 p.m. Central, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern. And I have got the most beautiful, exquisite, wonderful human being right next to me who I love so much. And if she was right here, really right next to me, she's about, 500, 600 miles away. If she was really right next to me, I would give her the biggest hug ever because I miss her terribly. And I want to introduce to you our clientele, community, and audience, Dr. Lee Benton. Hey, Lee.
Hey, big hugs to you too.
Thank you so much.
I miss you.
I miss you terribly. And I'm so happy that you decided to be our guest. Now, I want to ask you all different kinds of things about you so that our audience gets to know you a little bit more, because I know you like the back of my hand, but they don't.
That's right.
So, where exactly were you born?
I was born in Tampa, Florida.
And you know that our plant is in Sunrise, Florida.
I know that. I would like to go and visit it. I don't know. I'm not sure how close or how far away Sunrise is from Tampa, but one of these days I'd love to go visit Pat Riley in person and go see just take a tour of your plant there.
Oh, I know she would absolutely love that, and she'll set up a great tour for you. Now, tell me a little bit about your childhood. How did your parents raise you?
I was raised in a very strict Baptist home, and my father was an evangelist, my mother a Sunday school teacher, and graduated from a Christian school. And I must say, I was quite the rebel. I was quite the rebel growing up. But in the South, there's a saying actually in the Bible that says, "Spare the rod and spoil the child." And in the South, they do play that out, and they make sure that you're disciplined, you have your proper etiquette, proper protocol. Yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. I've always said that I really feel that if everyone just spent maybe 3 months of their childhood or their teenage years in Florida, or excuse me, in the South, anywhere in the South, I think everybody would have a few better manners than what they do, because a lot of this stuff is not tolerated. It's just not tolerated in the South.
Yeah.
And but anyway, yeah, I grew up under a real strict rule and thumb. But however, it gave me wings. It made me who I am today, and I'm grateful to my parents for the upbringing, for teaching me the Bible, for teaching me right from wrong. And I actually started my whole career on stage, got my chops, so to say, in showbiz, singing on stage with my sister Carolyn, gospel songs. We would sing in church, various churches. So yeah, my very first movie I ever did as an actress was singing. Went from singing and then got into modeling. I was intrigued about the modeling, took a modeling course, and I started my whole modeling career, 10 years of modeling in Florida. Yeah, so God bless my modeling career. And after so many years, doors opened. This director came in from Hollywood and they cast me anyway for my first film. My first two movies I did in Florida, which catapulted the career and landed me in Hollywood. And that's my whole story in a nutshell. In 1982, an agent brought me here to California.
You've seen her in a lot of different movies and a lot of different television shows. You've seen her in soap operas. You've seen her in commercials. You've seen her all over the place. And that's what I was leading up to. That's why I wanted to find out, how did your parents raise you? She was a preacher's kid. And she got all the way from being a preacher's kid in more of a conservative household and so
Yeah.
forth, all the way to Hollywood. She's an actress, she's a producer, and now she is, not just now, for years and years, an evangelist. And I wanted to tell you how it sort of all evolved. So I'm so appreciative that you did that. And I know that you sang, like you said, with your sister, you were called the Benton sisters.
Yes,
So,
that's correct.
I mean, how exciting. So starting from modeling right into acting, and then somebody just like saw you, grabbed you, boom, she was a
It
star.
was a director. It was a director that said you need to be in Hollywood. But I forgot, I left out a small detail. Before I got into the acting, I decided to take ballet, tap, and jazz,
Oh,
and was kind of recruited into this uh, dance troupe, Dean Martin Gold Diggers, and I didn't
yes.
realize. And I think most people didn't realize there were like 8 different groups, if not 11 different groups of gold diggers. Anyway, so dancing was my fun thing to do. I loved to dance. I still love to dance to this day, but went from singing, modeling, and then threw the dancing in the mix because in show business as an actress you really pretty much have to do everything. You have to be able to sing, you've got to be able to dance, you've got to be able to back in the day you had to be able to play an instrument as well. So I do play piano and organ. I think Hollywood is a little forgiving now. You don't have to sing and you don't have to dance or you don't have to play an instrument, but it limits you on the roles that you can play.
It
It's good
does.
to be able to do it all, sing, dance, and play an instrument.
But I remember the Gold Diggers, and they had to be sort of like, what are those? Oh gosh, the Rockettes.
Yeah.
They had to be so precise
Yep.
in their steps. I had no idea about this, my beautiful Lee, that she had that talent. It doesn't surprise me. Or the fact that she plays instruments doesn't surprise me either. But my gosh, so multifaceted, as you said. And this is all going to lead up, everybody. So hang in there. It's all going to lead up to great skin and great health, and how you have to have
Yes.
all of that in order to do what Lee is doing and have the stamina in order to do it too. So we're going to get there in just a second. But will you tell us a little bit about your roles? I know about both of the soap operas you were in. And
Well, when I first got to LA, I'll try to be quick because I know we don't have 5 hours here, but so cut me off, cut me off. Feel free to cut me off when you need. But because I do want to talk about
for,
clientele, that's why I'm
for you,
here.
four and a
I
half.
love clientele. I'm a clientele fan and a freak.
Thank you.
But yeah, I love clientele. But uh, when this director was working with me on this film and hooked me up with this agent in Hollywood. They can read it on my bio. You can go to leebenton.org. Lee, if I may give them my
Yes,
website,
please. Absolutely.
leebenton.org. And you can click on my acting bio, the resume. You can go to IMDb. The first 3 months, I was disheartened. I was lonely, missing my family. I was here totally alone. My agent became my nursemaid, my confidant, my everything, because I only had one friend that I knew, Marilyn, who lived far away, like in Redondo Beach. You know, if you have a friend that lives far, I was in the valley. I lived in Studio City. She lived far away. We did see each other when we could, but I was very lonely. It was very hard. It was very, very hard. And I remember my agent saying in 1982, when I was feeling discouraged, the first 3 months of nothing, because I thought I was just going to go because I got everything. I mean, honestly, in Florida, I was a big fish in small pond. You know, I was booked all the time on commercials and magazine, and just everything. I mean, tons of work. But out in LA, it's quite a different story. You have to start all over.
Yeah.
And so I remember going into my first audition there, and they go, and I had like 3 pages of Florida and southeastern credits. And they go, "Where's your LA credits?" And I was like, "What?" I have 3 pages of credits, singing, dancing, acting, you know, uh, music, everything. And they go, "That's fine. Where's your LA credits?" And I'm like, I mean, I just felt like crying and running away because I didn't realize that when you get to LA, they don't care what you've done before. It's nice that you've had experience. And my agent said, "Hang in there, kid. It'll happen." But she said, you know, it's like only the strong survive in Hollywoods. And so she said, you know, just hang in there because it will happen. And you should do most of your great work you can before 40. And I was like, wow. So I was 29 at the time, not knowing where I was all the time, kind of lost. I was distraught. And she said that at that time in 82, I don't know what the statistics are now, haven't checked, but 75%, I don't know if you know this, 75% of everyone that floods Hollywood, all these young dreamers, everybody that, you know, is, you know, seeking to be famous, seeking to make a mark in Hollywood, in the world, 75% of the people that arrive there leave within the first year because it's that tough. It's that hard to get in, to make it, to stand the rejection, to it's just a hard road. So that's why I just want to segue that it was totally God's will that I hung in there. He gave me strength. Nothing was happening within the first 3 months, and I was ready to go home. I truly told my agent, can't do this. This is too rough, too a lot of work, driving around, lost in the rains, felt like a drenched little rat. And I just like nobody was wanting to bring the new kid on the block in with all my credits. So with the disappointments, I prayed a short prayer and I said, okay, God, if you really want me here, you need to do something about this or I'm going home. Just like that. If you want me here, I thought it was your will. If not, I'm going home. Packing my bags. I'm out of here. This LA's a zoo. I'm out of here. That was on a Saturday night. I surrendered everything. I go, I surrender everything to you. I surrender. And I believe that's the point God wanted me to get at because Monday morning, my agent calls and said, I don't know what's going on, kid. She called me kid. I don't know what's going on, but everyone in Hollywood is calling for you.
Oh my gosh.
I
What
was
an
like,
incredible
what? I've got
story.
the goosies time. And I said, I know what it was. I said, I told her I prayed. I know he had mercy on me, but I mean, everybody, that's when that first year, that's what I was segueing to. The first year in 82, I started working on General Hospital. Um, I was a Johnny Carson art player, comedy sketch player, because I do comedy. So I started doing yes. In that first year, I also I landed the role on Scarface. Didn't realize it was going to be such an iconic film. And Fantasy Island, Hotel. I mean, just work started coming in, pouring in the doors. And then the second year there, yeah, in 83, that's when I landed the series regular role as Jenny on Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, what you were sharing. And yeah, a lot of work started coming in. And Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, another soap. I mean, just work started coming in. So it was kind of like God's way of saying, hold it right there. Don't go anywhere. You're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And so thanks God. And but the ministry opened up. I started my women's prayer group on a film, on a movie set. And that's what opened up the doors to the doctorate, the evangelism, and my ministry in Hollywood. That's another whole ball game. They can look it up if they want. But how did I first get introduced to clientele? I'm glad you asked.
Did
I
I
know I'm supposed
ask?
to be talking about 84, 85. I started using clientele.
Oh
I
my
think someone gave it to me in a celebrity press bag or something. And I went, wow, you know, and so that's when I first got introduced to it. And then kind of segued off because everybody has you trying everything and wanting you to endorse a lot of products and so forth. And then was reintroduced to it by my friend Tim Culbertson. Tim brought me some samples and I'm like, wow, I love this stuff. Like this morning, I had my MDR Vital Factor, which is a tablet, a fizzy that you drop into water or juice. You can drink it. Yep. I love that. I had mine this morning and it helps give energy and focus, and it's so good for you. It has so many great ingredients. There's just not enough time to tell you everything. Another one of my favorites that I love, 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 the soy. I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but anyway, I should have my products right
Gentle
here.
soy
That's it.
antioxidant wash right here.
Yes. And I love the smell. And then I was recently turned on to the Lotus as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really could kick myself for not having my own products here to show
No,
you.
no,
But
that's
Cheryl's
why
got
I
it.
have them.
Oh, you've got the
I've
Lotus.
got them
Okay.
all
And
for
so
you.
I love that. You can see immediate results. You feel it. Like I recently just got turned on to the wand, the famous,
Yes,
incredible wand. Do you have the wand there to show them?
I
And
actually
it's
do.
anti-gravity serum. And I put that on. I was so shocked because it has that little, what is it, infrared light?
Yes, it's an LED red light.
Yeah, red light. And I'm telling you, when you just kind of stroke it, and I mean, right after the first time I put the anti-gravity serum on with using the wand, um, I'm thinking, yeah, it says I'll see results in 2 weeks. This I've got to see because I'm always Miss Skeptic here. And I have to tell you, immediately, I felt like it was going zzz, like a little, what you call it, a facelift.
Like
Yeah,
spandex
it
on your
felt like it
face.
was tightening.
Yes.
Oh, and I saw it, and I'm like, wow.
And if I can
And I
stop
just
you,
loved how I was glowing and everything. I don't know if you still see a glow. Hopefully you do. I don't know if you can tell in these lights, but it gives you that youthful kind of a dewy look, but it tightens immediately. I felt it literally. And here, one thing that I love that I've noticed in my neck area and in here
mm-hmm.
is the youthifier. The youthifier, I believe in that. Uh, I guess it's called a serum. Oh, you've got all the products that I
I do
love.
because I knew what you loved. And before we get to that, if we can stop for 1 sec, I
Yeah,
just want to touch on a couple of things. The reason that you were telling me that you really love the vital factors. So just to go back to that for 1 second,
yeah,
is that's really giving you energy.
yeah.
And
It woke me up this morning when I was dragging my wagon.
yeah,
Yep,
this not only does that,
yep,
and then because of the fact that Lee works out and she works
yeah.
out hard, but do you notice that you're working out longer and harder with
I
this?
just recently started using the Vital Factor. I did twice the amount yesterday and hiking. So I like to do 3 to 4 miles and hikes. And it was just right, easy peasy for me. It was real easy. So, yeah, I love that. I feel energetic without the jitters.
And I want to tell you
Yeah.
that there's a few more factors here about the vital factors. Again, we're building the immune system right now. We have got to get that immune system strong so that we can face whatever is coming to us this fall and this winter.
And
Thank
for
you.
the on guard, because on guard, not only has that, what is it, what's it
Colostrum.
called?
Colostrum.
Colostrum. And also, doesn't it have the shiitake mushrooms and another
Yes.
mushroom ingredient?
Yes.
It's got all kinds of great stuff that really builds up your immune system. So we can do a lot for the outside, but I like that you offer internal beauty, internal youth.
Thank you.
I love that.
And this is going to keep Lee strong
Yeah.
along with the vital factors so that again, when all of these things attack us, the viruses, the microbials, etc., we're going to have a defense. So we're going to be on guard, as you said. Lee also talked about 2 cleansers. Now, we're not going to keep you here all night, but I am going to say this to you. If
Hmm.
you don't get rid of the dead skin cells that veil the skin and block the pores, you're not going to reveal your brand new healthy ones. You're not going to be able to get into the skin,
Yeah.
into the layers, and get the absorption and the penetration of the nourishment. The integral part in our line is the lotus seed. The lotus is in every single thing that you're using right now. UCLA scientists found out about the story of the lotus seeds in China and India, brought it back to the US, so gathered a few up from China and India, planted them, and literally within 1,228-year-old seeds, literally within 3 days, lotus flowers blossomed. Pat found out about the UCLA
Yeah.
study and decided to test this on human skin, test the lotus seed on human skin, the
Hmm.
extract. And she said, if it did this and it grew a blossom, what will it do for the skin? And boom, we are the only ones patented exclusively in the world to have the lotus seed. It is creating a more youthful, healthy skin because it's literally repairing
Yep.
unhealthy cells and preparing new healthy cells. So it's a DNA repairing enzyme. And this is one of the many reasons, because you're using it in every Clientele product, that your skin looks gorgeous. Let's talk about Restoracel. That's one of your favorites, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I love it, love it, love it. I use it every single night. And I'm telling you, I wake up in the morning and I'm glowing and it feels moist and dewy because a lot of creams and moisturizers that you put on overnight, if you've got dry skin, it absorbs it like a sponge. And you wake up in the morning and you still have like crepey, dry skin, because it might have worked at night, but what about in the morning the next day when you need it? And so I see a glow that I didn't have before when I wake up. I have a place here that was on my face that I had to have burned off by the dermatologist. The first time I used the concealer, it covered it completely. I've had makeup artists, many there, right there. I love that because I like that you have the light you can use here and then the dark for certain areas where your skin is a
Yes.
little darker. I've had makeup artists try and try to cover this up, and I go on the set, and by the time I'm shooting under the bright lights, that little spot will show up. But this actually works. The concealer is amazing. I just wanted to say that. I'm done.
Thank you. And you've hit on two great things, and we're going to wrap this up in a second, because I don't know if you know that we have a winner from last week, and we want to like and share this video so somebody from this week's video could be entered in next week's drawing, because the person that I'm going to announce today is going to win $150 worth of Clientele of maybe some of the things that you and I have been talking about. So like and share, everybody, like and follow. And then we're going to give you extra bonuses and gifts, because we do that. We throw extra things in there because we want you to try great things that are really going to benefit your skin. And we're not going to just throw in some weird orange lipstick or anything of that nature, and you don't wear orange. There are some companies that do that. You go, what is this? I'm never going to use it. I'm going to give that to grandma. So we're going to give you some things that are really going to benefit you. And Lee, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank
I
you.
want and I want to find out again, can you tell everybody, please, beautiful Lee, inside and outside, by the way. The
Thank you.
inside is just shining through.
Thank you.
The Victory Road Show, Lee Benton Ministries, all of your acting credits. You talked about IMDb. That's where you can find her and even
Yep.
see her reels, some of her acting.
Mhm.
Where else can we find you, Lee, so that everybody can connect with you?
They could go to leebenton.org and see, they can click on Victory Road TV to see more or to preview any of our previously aired shows. They can see all of that info on leebenton.org.
Thank you. And I just want to say this in signing off. I'm going to announce our winner, but I'm also going to announce a great gift. Since you love Restoracel, I don't even know if I'm holding this right. Yes, I am. Here it is.
That's
Since you
amazing.
since you love Restoracel, we are going to give this away with a purchase, and it's going to change your skin. When you wake up in the morning, you may look like Lee. Or if you'd rather look like you, with the possibility of looking like Lee,
You're sweet. You're funny.
I am being silly. But
Or you can look like Sheryl.
who, if you want to look like you, everybody hopefully wants to look like themselves and just,
Yeah.
has high regard for themselves. I'm praying that that is what you feel. But if you want to wake up in the morning and have that gorgeous
Hmm.
glass-like, beautiful texture, firm, you look in the mirror and go, my hair may be a mess, but my skin is awesome. So that is a phenomenal deal. Run to it. Now, there is a code. So you're going to use that code when you order online, or you're going to call us at 800-327-4660 and ask for me or one of our other specialists and say, I want that Restore-A-Cell gift. And they know exactly what to do. On top of that, here's our winner. You ready, Lee?
Yes.
Okay. Our winner is actually, I did this last week, so I'm going to whisper the winner to you so you can announce it. Is that okay?
Fine. Yes.
I'm going to whisper it to you. Kim Chapins. Kim Chapins. Did you hear?
Yes, I did.
Can you announce it?
Yes. Drum roll. And the winner is Kim Chapins.
Woo! $150 worth of clientele. You are the winner, Kim. Don't forget to call me at 800-327-4660. Thank you, Lee. Dr.
Thank
Lee
you.
Benton.
I love you.
I love you so much. And really, from the bottom of every cell in my body, and I'm not just talking about skin cells, I'm talking about every cell
From
in my
every
body.
healthy cell in your body.
Every healthy cell.
From all the healthy cells in my body, much love to you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you all. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next Tuesday, Clientele Live,
Yes.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you next Tuesday with another great guest. Her name is Erin Flynn Clark. See you then.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you.